What's up, everybody? Live stream. Welcome, everybody. The party is happening now. Okay. Let's talk about code and anything you want. Abdullah Anna Rashad, 7 Storms, Lagbag, Batman. What's up, everybody? What's up, Sid, Shretha, Samuel Una Chakwa. Logan, what's up? Hey, from Abu Dhabi. Welcome, Argavani 1994. Hey, what's up, everybody? We're going to talk code today, how to become a developer. We'll talk about web development versus mobile development versus desktop development versus cloud development versus server development. So many types of programming and jobs are available. Feel free to ask any questions. This is a live stream. This is what we do. Hey, we are streaming on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I've got 3 cameras here. Good to see you. Ada Parvin. Yo. Hey, what's up, everybody? What do I do for a living? So I run a company where I teach people how to code, help them get jobs, starting at $85,000 to 6 figures plus. Before that, I was a programmer for 15 years. I did freelancing, had my own business. I also worked for companies, worked for Call of Duty. That's what I do. That's what I've done. And a whole bunch of other things in between. What's up, Vlad? Welcome, Vlad. Good to see you. Why not for free? Why not what for free? Hey. What's up, Chip? How's it going? Congratulations, Chip, on your successful certification for the 30-day code challenge. That was not easy. I would not have wanted to have gone through that, but you did it. Congratulations. That's awesome. All of these videos are recorded. All of these are recorded every day on YouTube. Just go back to YouTube and watch it. It'll be there for about 5 days or so. We keep them up for 5 days before we hide them because nobody likes to go to a YouTube channel that has lots of live streams, apparently. I don't know how it all works. It's not quality enough. What's up? Ha, 1997, 2020. What's up, everybody? We're just talking code, how to get a job, how to become a programmer, make 6 figures as a developer, all kinds of things. Just ask questions. This is what I do for a living. I help people get jobs as programmers. So what if you don't have money? You want to make it through coding jobs? You don't need to spend money to become a programmer. You just need a lot of determination. There's free courses out there. If you can come up with $10 for a Udemy course, and you have the determination and drive, you can do it. It's not going to be easy, especially on your own. It's going to be really hard. But if you don't have money, you can do it. You can absolutely do it. So for sure. Yep. For those of you who don't know, we recently did and are doing another one, a 30-day code challenge. It's 30 days of intensive coding where every day you're given a new mission and you have to complete it that day. And at the end of the 30 days, you lose access. So no matter what, you have to complete it and have success. And there's no refunds either. So once you're in and it starts, you have to succeed. What it does is it forces you to have sex. It forces you to have success. It forces you to become a developer. It forces you to learn. It forces you to get results because you have to do it every single day. All it takes is 30 minutes to 1 hour every single day or so. Some of them are a little longer, but that's what it takes. You do that for 30 days straight and your skills go through the roof. And then you can take the next step. So 30daycodechallenge.com. That's what we were talking about earlier. How long does it take to do those daily missions? Yeah, between 30 and 90 minutes, typically. Yep. What do you think of coding assessment? Do you think it's a good way to gauge a person's skill? It just depends on the test. Sure. When I hire somebody, I typically have them do a project. I have them do a test that they actually build. So I'll say, build this, and then they send me the project. And I'll look at their code. That's my favorite way to do it because I can see exactly what they're doing. I can see how good they are. I can see what they know, what they don't know. And I often give them a challenge that's beyond their skill so I can see if they have an ability to learn. What project should I do before learning React? You should master JavaScript. Yep, master JavaScript. But you need to know code initially, right, for the 30-day challenge? No, you don't need to know any code to do the 30-day challenge. It's 30daycodechallenge.com. We train you and we give you the missions. And for people who do know how to code, we have advanced missions. So it's for absolute beginners, complete beginners, and it comes with coaching. So you can get help from instructors throughout the whole process. And there are 2 live coaching sessions per week where you can actually get on a Zoom call and get help and advice from someone who has programming skills. So it's really, really cool. You all located in Tyler? We are located in Austin, Texas. What would you say is a good time frame for learning a new programming language? If you're brand new to code, it could take 6 months or even like 8 months, like if you're doing it every day. If you already know a language, like you're amazing with a language, it won't take you more than a month to learn a new language. Not including C++. C++ is a different beast, but other languages with garbage collection, it doesn't take more than a month to learn that if you already know how to code. What skills do I need to know how to hack a website like in the movies? That's a good question. The movies are really dumb. What they do is it's like James Bond comes in and he just presses the button or he types some things and it's like hacking mainframe. It's like, come on, it doesn't work like that. You've got to know a lot of skills. It is insanely hard to hack. Like the best of the best programmers in the world, or rather, hackers are the best of the best programmers in the world. The best. Like they know things in and out. They know Linux in and out. They know how to work with memory and low-level languages like C. They know how to read like memory buffers and decipher things like that. Hacking's about thinking outside of the box, but you've got to have core programming skills. Math is going to come in really important as a hacker. I'm not talking about phishing, like where you trick somebody into giving you information. That's a way of hacking too. I'm just talking about hacking with tools and programming languages. They're the best of the best. So if you want to become a hacker, whether for good or for evil, master the C programming language, learn assembly, learn about previous exploits, previous viruses that have been out there, how they worked, all that type of stuff. Learn Unix, which is the subsystem for like Linux. Those things will all help you, but it's highly complicated. There's no single path to learning it. You've got to love to fiddle and to mess around with things. White hat hackers are some of the highest paid programmers in the world. Some of them do contract work for governments, enterprise, making over $350,000 a year. So yeah. What do you think about Go programming language? Do you guys teach that? I don't teach it, but I think it's an awesome language. It's growing super, super fast. Are you that guy that asks people to drop out of college? I don't know. I would never say the words drop out of college right now, but I do say if you're not going to college yet, do not go to college for computer science. It's a waste of money. But I'm not going to tell you to drop out. That's not my decision. But absolutely, you should not go to college if you aren't going already for computer science. If your only goal is to get a job as a programmer and make money, like to get started, college is a waste of time. 4 years of your life, $70,000 in debt, and then you're going to take longer than anybody else. I could train you and get you a job in 6 to 8 months and get you paid before the 5 years that you're going to spend at college. 4 years for college, 5 years to actually get the job because you need to learn things, and you're not going to get paid anymore. And I could do that for you in 6 to 8 months. College, waste of time if you're going to become a programmer. Now, if you want to go work for NASA, work on the rockets, right? I would say go to college for math, learn programming on your own. And then I think that'd be a much better thing. You look like Gary Vee. Yeah, people tell me that a lot. They say Hugh Jackman as well, I guess. I don't know. What about cybersecurity? There's lots of opportunities there. Is Flutter better than React? I like it better than React. It's an amazing development experience. React Native is pain. It's got a lot of problems. Thoughts on learning from hackathons? Those are great ways to do things for sure. Let's get a team together and build a new social platform to replace Facebook. University doesn't teach. Yeah, university don't teach great programming. They teach you theoretical concepts and high level abstraction. Yeah, just like you said. You can learn those things later. Learn to code first, get a job, and you can learn those things on your own. You can learn all those high level things on your own and all the low level things. You can learn it all on your own while you're making money. Don't spend $70,000 to learn something you can learn on your own. You don't need degrees. We're not becoming doctors here or lawyers. We don't need legal certificates to get a job. Is Dart easy to learn from JavaScript? Yes, it is. Coding challenge. Yeah, we have got a 30-day codechallenge.com. It's 30 days of intensive coding with coaching. We help you learn as fast as possible. Hey, I've been watching your Kotlin tutorial for beginners. Thanks for putting it out. Any recommendation moving forward from this? Just build projects. Build projects. Build a big project. Not with a tutorial. Build a project. Don't go do a tutorial. Build a project. Is coding a hard thing? I'm on 0 level. How many times it takes to gain knowledge for getting a job? If you spend 2 to 3 hours per day on a language and a technology stack, 2 to 3 hours a day, in 6 to 8 months, you could have your first job if you did it for 2 to 3 hours a day. So you can totally do it for absolute beginner. A lot of people say that you recommend not going to college to promote your own bootcamp mentorship. What is your response to those claims? Well, first off, I've been saying that before I had a bootcamp, but think about it. Let's think about this right now. Do you want to go spend 4 years in a college to learn the same thing that you can learn on your own in a fraction of the time? 4 years. Are you ready to give 4 years of your life? Are you ready to do that? 4 years of your life to be taught by an institution that's created by bureaucrats? People get in a meeting and they say, what should we teach today? And the colleges charge $70,000 or $100,000 for this education. I've been to college. I went to college for a few months, and one of the teachers quit. They got sick or they quit or something. And so, you know what happened? My class was $2,000. They brought in somebody who had no experience to teach the class. It was the most awful experience, and I paid $2,000 for that. I don't want people who don't know what they're doing to be teaching me. I want people who are in the field working. Did you know that most college professors, okay, check this out. Most college professors in computer science, they're not working jobs in programming. They're professors. They got degrees and they're teaching. They're not on the job. They're not on the job. They learned theory and now they're teaching you theory. Do you want to go spend 4 years to do that? If you want to, that's completely fine. But it's not necessary. It's not just me who says this. Go listen to Gary Vee. He'll tell you all the time that college has a negative return on investment. So do I want you to join my boot camp? Well, first off, it's a coaching program. It's DevSlopes Academy. And it's the cost. The DevSlopes Academy is the cost of a single semester of community college in the United States. It's so affordable with payment plans and pricing options. And check it out. We don't quit on you. When our normal boot camp ends and you don't have a job and it's done and you're not there yet, it's over. They can't help you anymore. We keep working with you until you have success. To me, it's a no-brainer. It's a complete no-brainer. Having a coach and a team working with you until you're a paid developer, that is a no-brainer. Spending $70,000 on college to learn theory because bureaucrats put together all the content and curriculum, and the school's making so much money and the government's making money with their loans. You know, they're making over $100,000 on your loan over the course of 20 years. Like, that's disgusting. College professors get hired because of their research and grad programs. Exactly. I got my CS degree. Nothing I do in my day job. Tech. Yep. Professors hired for their research. Yep. Is it possible to join the academy from the UK? Yes, I've got about 15 students from the UK in the DevSlopes Academy. Apps to preview your work before you start coding. I'm not sure what you're asking. I think you should learn how to do some business and make money before you go to college. College teaches you to learn, not how to work. I would agree with that. Good advice, Philip. I'm learning C++. Can I do the 30-day coding challenge with C++? I don't have it in C++ right now. I'm sorry. I just don't. I have JavaScript and I've got Swift on Kotlin coming soon. But that's all I got right now. I do my first hackathon right now in React. It's awesome. I'm learning Swift right now. iOS developer, that's awesome too. Great jobs in Swift. In fact, one of my students just the other day got their first Swift job. She had been learning for 6 months, she said, in the academy, and she has now doubled her salary. She doubled her salary in 6 months as an iOS developer. I'm super proud of her. Super awesome. Does payment plan work from students in the UK? Yes. But we don't have financing available in the UK, just payment plans. So if you're interested in the DevSlopes Academy or even just learning more, that's devslopes.com/apply. Okay. devslopes.com/apply. And we get on the phone, talk about your goals, things like that. Should I look at some tutorials on Swift before attempting the challenge? If you're talking about our challenge, no. You can take it right from the beginning. We teach you everything. I mean, feel free to take some tutorials. You'll only be further ahead, but we'll teach you everything from scratch. Okay? Do you think a CS degree is required for getting a job in coding? It is not. We just talked about this for like 15 minutes. It's not at all. It's not at all. What can I use to look at or arrange my work before I start to code it out? Oh, Samuel, that's a deep question. If we're talking about user interface and design, you can go look at some other apps online, go to like Pinterest and type in beautiful app design Pinterest. You can do things like that. And then when you actually go to code your app, I just draw it out on paper, the screen thing I think I'm going to need. And then I model out my data. There's like so many different layers of preparation I do before I actually write code. Can a truck driver looking to change a career learn programming? Actually, yes. One of our students right now is a truck driver. She is an ice road truck driver, kind of like the TV show, I guess, and like up in Alaska, I think. Yeah, she's in Alaska, and she's a truck driver, and she is in our program learning to code. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. Guys, don't waste money on a boot camp. Go to college. What? That's like the worst advice. That's the opposite advice. I already know what your story is, Kolomi. You're in college, and you hear me saying this, and you feel guilty. Like it's burning inside of you. You're like, oh, I don't like what he says, but it's because you're not learning what you should be learning. You're watching people have success fast. That's what's really happening. College, you can't say that with a straight face that going to college for computer science is better, because it's not. Like, it's just a fact. It's a fact. Even if you're learning on your own, no boot camps, no anything. Just college is a waste of time and waste of money for programming. If you want to become a doctor, you got to go to college. Okay. How many hours a day is the 30-day code challenge? 30 to 90 minutes, depending on how slow or fast you're learning, things like that. What can I expect from the 30-day code challenge? Oh boy. So our 30-day code challenge, every day you get a new mission. It starts easy, it gets harder. You do some training every day, and then you do the mission, and you submit the mission. We've got coaches and trainers who are there helping you through all the code, so you're learning. It's interactive. We got 2 coaching calls per week, and you just progress. Every single day you submit a new assignment. You just make progress. You get better. That's how it works. I spent 2 months designing this because I wanted a program that could just kick you in the butt, where you are forced to have success in a 30-day period of time. And that's what the whole premise of the program is. So there's lots of code challenge programs out there where you get like an email every day. You can do it or not. In this program, once you enroll, once the day starts, there's no refunds. You can refund before it starts, but once it starts, there's no refunds. And there's a reason for this. It's so you are forced to have success. We are forcing you to have success. And every day you get a new mission, you submit it, you go on to the next day. Sundays are rest days, they're recovery days if you need to catch up. And you just get better and better. Over 30 days, you're going to write like 5,000 lines of code. Most developers, when they're on their own, they don't get anywhere near that. It's because they get lazy, they get distracted. You're going to write 5,000 lines of code or more over 30 days. That's amazing. That's what's going to take your skills higher really, really fast. It's a kickstart. It's like taking an energy drink. Would you suggest using a Mac or Windows PC for the challenge? Use whatever you're most passionate for. Or that you liked more. You can't do the Swift challenge without a Mac, but the JavaScript one doesn't matter what computer you do. Code Academy has a 30-day challenge. Is it worth doing as well? I mean, you could do that. I think theirs might be free. Ours is not free because we have coaching, and it's super interactive, super in your face. Like, it's just, you have to be there. You have to show up. So it's a different type of program, but I've seen their code program. That's cool too. Philip, I have a master's in CS. I didn't know that, Philip. You never told me that. You're secretly hiding this information. It shouldn't be your first step in the field. Also, the expense is insane. I've seen so many kids fail out with huge loans, start with a program like this. Yeah. So there are things you can learn in university. I'm not saying that information's bad. What I'm saying is if your goal is to get a job and get in this industry, college is the more expensive and the longer path for sure. But there's things you'll learn there that you wouldn't learn otherwise, like working with assembly or low level languages like C and things like that, which you'll appreciate and work with. So it's good advice there. Ask Philip advice. He knows what he's talking about. You should go live with some students who have had success. What? Oh, you should go live with students who have had success. Okay. I read it as you should go live with some students who should have success. I was like, that does not make sense. That's a really good idea. I'm going to try and do that. One of the problems I have is a lot of my students are camera shy. Like I tried to get testimonial videos out of a whole bunch of people the other day, and I got like 5. I got 5, and everyone told me that they're too shy to get on camera, but I'll try. I like that idea. How much does one of your courses cost? We have 2 courses, but they're not courses. They're programs. The first program is the 30-day code challenge, 30 days of intensive coding. You can go check it out on the website, 30daycodechallenge.com. And then we've got the DevSlopes Academy, which is our immersive coaching and training program where we work with you until you have a job, until you have success. We don't quit on you until you have success. And then we still don't quit on you. So you can look that up as well too. That's about the cost of a semester of community college in the United States, 1 semester of college or so. You can look that up as well too. We got payment plans and pricing options. So you can get on the phone call with us, devslopes.com/apply. Do you have a C++ course and or C# course? No, I don't. Information technology or computer science, what's the difference? Some people like to put programming underneath the IT umbrella. I don't really think it is. IT tends a lot of days to be like network security, configuration, working on servers at a company where you're actually like getting the network running and firewalls and a lot of IT stuff like that. Programmers tend to get paid more than people in IT. So I hope that answers the question. What framework can you recommend for website development for beginners? I don't know about a framework, but HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. That stack is straightforward, and it's the fastest way to getting a job in web development. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. If I'm artistic and science-minded but want to enter tech, what area do I go into? Well, that's great. I find mermaid scales for I find that because that's how I am. I am like creative minded, like I write books and stuff, and I'm into art, but I also can code. And I have found that a lot of people with design skills who also like to code, they'd work really great as iOS developers, because when you're on iOS, you kind of have to do it all. You have to build the UI, you have to design it, you have to code it. A lot of user interface stuff. I find that people who have good design skills and like to code fit really well as iOS developers. Does your web developer program include WordPress experience? No, we don't do any WordPress. How to master CSS to start earning money with HTML, CSS? C code. You should also learn JavaScript, but build some projects, some websites that are responsive, that work on mobile, and then go into Upwork.com and start taking on small projects, $100 projects to like fix people's websites, things like that. Take on a project. It'll force you to do things. It'll force you to learn and force you to have success. So if you are bad at being artistic, then you should just go to backend dev. Actually, yes. Yes. I know so many developers who are backend developers who hate that stuff. And I'm not saying they're not creative. My father-in-law, he's a enterprise Java developer, and all he does is backend. But he's very analytical. And even when he does art, he's very analytical about it. So he does paintings and stuff, but he's very analytical about it. So it's really just about your personality. And I don't want to put people in the buckets here, but I've seen many backend developers who hate user interface. They hate dealing with it. They hate art. They just want to write code. Backend development could be a really good path for you. HTML, React, and which other two? So HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. Okay, that's a great stack for beginner web developers. How old were you when you got serious about coding? So it was like 1998 or 99 when the game Half-Life came out. I started fiddling with C++ to mess with the game, but I didn't take it seriously. And then in 2007, when I was 21, that's when I got into programming full-time. Okay, let's go look here. I have a call scheduled, Academy, a couple of days. I want to earn some cash making quick sites. You recommend Upwork? Yes, Chris, absolutely recommend Upwork. In fact, I tell my students that as well too. Like for those people who are hustlers who want to just go fast, as soon as you get in our academy or as soon as you're learning, immediately, as soon as you learn something, try to take on some small projects on Upwork. The more projects you can take, the more confidence you get, the more success you'll have, the better your resume will be. So absolutely get into Upwork for sure. So I tell that to my students, like, hey, you want to make cash right now? You want to hustle? Get on Upwork, take on freelance projects. A lot of people don't feel comfortable doing that. But if you've got the motivation, surely it's going to help you have way more success. Is Kotlin enough to succeed? Oh, hey, Instagram, I'm sorry. You must have been posting comments, but it was stuck, I guess. Yes, you can start coding at 20. I'm sorry. Anyone who asked me a question on Instagram, I missed all of them. I just wanted to say you're one of those who helped me to begin learn from your videos. Awesome. 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 Is there DevSlopes merchandise available? I shut down the store for right now. I was spending like $90 a month and no one's buying anything. It just pays for the cost, but I want to move my store over to some out of Shopify, some more on-demand stuff like the YouTube merchandise type shops. So it's just on demand and I don't have to pay crazy monthly fees like Shopify does, like $90 a month. You know, and then I got other fees, you know, just to have a store, and I got to code it all out, and I just want something more simple. So I'm in the process of bringing it over to a different platform. I know HTML, CSS, and I'm halfway through JavaScript Bootcamp, but what is React? React is a front-end component-based framework. It's the most popular web framework in the world. It helps you build really amazing web apps. What do you suggest? Junior MERN developer for what do you suggest to junior MERN developer for interviews? I'm not sure what you're asking me. What you mean? What do I suggest? Resources from CSS 0 to hero. You just asked me that on C Code. You're on YouTube and you're on Instagram. Course on web development. We don't have courses. We've just got the DevSlopes Academy, which is our immersive 16-week training program for web development, where we coach you and train you and help you get a job. You can learn more about that, or you can apply for that at devslopes.com/apply. Is your Udemy course the same as your DevSlopes Academy program? Not at all. Our old Udemy course, we used to make courses online. We don't make them anymore. All we have is our code challenge and our academy, which is an immersive coaching program. It's where we actually have projects. We grade your code. We work with you. We have teachers working with you. We help build your resume. We help you get a job. Completely different. But we do teach a lot of those same concepts, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, but more in depth and more coaching. How much do your programs work on algorithms and data structures? So our 30-day code challenge is all about algorithms and data structures. We teach you the basics of coding, and then we have you do a bunch of missions and challenges to increase your data structures and algorithm skills. So that's really useful. We do cover it also in the academy, but not like as a separate thing. You actually build projects in the academy where you use the data structure. So real data structures that you're actually using on real projects. So that's kind of how it works. Hey, what's up, everybody? Are you talking bad about Shopify? I'm talking bad about spending $90 a month having to pay fees for all my merchandise. I'm going to move it to a different platform that's just on demand, and they take their fee out of the purchase. So I don't have to pay almost $100 a month for no one to buy anything. Okay. How much do you charge to train? Our DevSlopes coaching and training program, our DevSlopes Academy, is about the cost of a semester of community college in the United States. I'm not allowed to talk about pricing on here. My sales team does not let me talk about pricing. So that's all the information I'm able to say. It's very affordable, though. We've got payment plans and pricing options, but it's devslopes.com/apply. You can learn all about it. super accessible, super affordable. How do I get a mobile project for money? If you do freelance work, upwork.com. I'm 15 years old. I like coding, but what do you think is the most useful language to learn? There's lots of useful languages. If you're taking it casually, learn Python or JavaScript. If you want to like get a job right out of high school, pick a tech stack, master it, and roll with it. Maybe JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and React. That's a great stack to start with. Do you teach yourself, or do you yourself teach in the DevSlopes Academy? So I've got some training videos on iOS development and some web development things. But what I focus on personally in the Academy is coaching people with their career, with their resumes, with freelancing, getting projects, getting paid, getting their first job. I also help people sometimes with the complex things like, how do you design an app? Like where do you start from the top view down? So I'll make videos and things like that. But our teachers are professional developers. We got a professional full stack web developer, a professional iOS developer, a professional Android developer who are all working full-time jobs at actual companies. And they will coach you and train you and teach you and work with you throughout the whole program. At the Academy, in fact, it's not just the Academy. The most important thing about learning is not the teaching style of an instructor. Yes, it can make a better experience or not. It can. But what really, really matters more than anything else, and I've learned this after teaching 500,000 students, the thing that matters most when learning to code, okay, I'm going to say this again. The thing that matters most when learning to code is projects, accountability, and writing code. Here's the thing. Most online courses, you follow along and you don't write a lot of code. That's the problem. Imagine now an environment where we teach you a little bit, but then we turn off the faucet because most people just keep endless learning. But we teach you a little bit and we turn off the faucet and then we say, you have to build something now. Oh crap, I've got to build something now. And guess what? You have to submit it for a developer to read it. And you can't go forward until you submit it. So you write the code out. You're forced to write the code. You submit it. We look at your code. We give you feedback, a real code review from a real developer. And then guess what? You improve and you progress and you go to the next step. That's what success is all about. You could take out the content, actually. You could just have coaches working with you one-on-one, and you would have far more success than watching 1,000 coding courses. So that's what accountability is all about. We follow up with you. We make sure you're having success. We make your code better. We call you out when it's not good. And we keep pushing you and pushing you and pushing you to have success. Online courses, nobody pushes you. There's no one there to help you. There's no one there to get you through coding challenges. That's a problem. It's a huge problem. At what age would you say it's too late to switch into engineering? I don't know. Just depends what you want to do. If you're talking about getting a job, it really doesn't matter. I mean, what are 3 characteristics needed to learn web development? There's none. I'm not going to put labels on that. Anybody can learn to code. I've seen people with ADHD learn to code. I've seen one of my students is autistic. That's what he says per him. And he's learning to code. Like I've got 15-year-olds learning to code. I have someone in the Academy who's 55 and learning to code. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Do you know Electron with Node? Yeah, we used Electron and React and TypeScript with one of the apps that we built for our company a couple of years ago. What's up, Hawkeye? Yep. Okay. Hey, I've got to wrap this up, everybody. So if you want to work with me one-on-one and my team with 16-week training program, that's the DevSlopes Academy. Go to devslopes.com/apply. We'll get on a phone call. We'll talk about your career plans, and we'll tell you all about the DevSlopes Academy. We will coach you until you have success. You're never kicked out. We work with you until you have success. Get a paid job. Make $85,000 a year. How does that sound? $85,000 a year for your very first coding job. That's what you could have. We will help you get there. For those of you who want to kickstart, you're not quite ready there. You're not quite there yet, but you want to kickstart or you want to get your data structures and algorithm skills up, that's the 30-day code challenge. 30daycodechallenge.com. 30 days of intensive coding. And we have it for Swift and for JavaScript. There's one coming up next week. It's starting next week. 30daycodechallenge.com. Coaching, all kinds of cool things. And again, to apply for DevSlopes, that's devslopes.com/apply. We do this every single day, Monday through Friday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. Okay. Thank you, everybody. And